Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, which focuses on type 1 diabetes and the BCG vaccine. It's been about a month since I updated you last, so I wanted to give you another update. So, nothing crazy that we've seen in the last month or so, but I'll just go week by week because there's been different changes every week. So, since I last did the video, the week of April 4th, he had a great week. He didn't go high at all after any meal except for one Tuesday lunch, and he went in the 190s. And every other meal, he did not go high after. And even all the dinners, he actually went low after every single dinner. And then the only other highs he had were the growth highs at night. So it was a really great week. Um, and then we were about to change his dinner ratio since he had been going low every day after dinner. But then he got sick again the following week. Actually, it was Saturday. He had a great night, woke up in the 80s, and then after breakfast, it was downhill. This was the first illness he's had. He's had like 5 in the last 2 months or so, but this was the only one where he had a fever. He was 101 and a half. So we didn't change his basal. We kept it at 8. In between meals and at night, he was 140s, 150s, which is elevated but not horrendous for being sick. But we did have to add about a half a unit for each meal. And he still kind of went a little bit high, like, low 200s, like 210s. So then following that, he had I guess, uneventful week at school, just kind of chugging along status quo. And then he had his spring recess from the 14th to the 25th, and he did great. He didn't have any growth highs at all at night, and he was 95% in range the whole 10 days. And I think the average for most days was like high 110s, like 115 to 119, or like very low 120. So it was a great week, and of course he was home, so it was easier to control. But he did really well. So then, when he returned, the week was fine. I guess when high normally during lunch, he had some exams. But the funny thing that happened, or strange thing that happened, was last Sunday, so May 1st. He was high the entire night. So I saw him go up, thought it was a growth high. I mean, it probably still was a growth high, but he never came down. So he woke up at like 194. I have the chart. And that was like his worst night since pre BCG when he was sick. So I'll just show you. So you can see this is a 24-hour chart. And so you can see that growth high. Sorry, over here. The growth high, he did not come down. He had breakfast. The only reason he came down was because I gave him a unit and a half correction with his breakfast. And he did okay the rest of the day because he had a low carb lunch. And then you could see that dinner, which was a peanut butter sandwich, which usually he does very well for because it's low glycemic index. He went over, well, that reading was 190, but he went to 210. So he never goes really above 130s when he has a peanut butter sandwich. So Monday night we changed a sensor, so that was a little wonky, as usual. And then he was still a little elevated, like 140s, 150s. And we had raised him to 9 on Monday. We never had 9 before, but we raised him to 9 because of what happened on Sunday night. And then Tuesday was on 9, did better. Wednesday he did great on 9. And then Thursday before bed, he went low. So we dropped him back to 8, and he was low all night. So we've been on 8 since then. And so he went from needing 10 Sunday, Monday, to needing 7 3 days later. So kind of a drastic change, 30% difference in the Lantus. Meals have stayed the same. So, and then he got another cold this weekend. So he's been a little bit elevated again, 140s, 150s, not horrendous. And, we've been adding a little bit extra for meals. But so that's it. That's where we are today. So it's still on the 8 Lantus, 25-to-1 carb ratio. And I'll give another update in a month unless something else super exciting happens between then. Thanks so much. Take care.